Many adults manage their days carefully, yet their blood sugar still drifts higher year after year without clear warning signs.
For many people over 50, rising blood sugar happens quietly, even when they believe they are doing most things right.
What many people don't realize is that certain minerals quietly influence how efficiently the body responds to insulin. Stay with me, because near the end of this video, I'll explain which mineral has the strongest insulin-like effect and why it matters. Daily habits matter, but without the right internal support, the body may still struggle to manage glucose efficiently. Insulin resistance doesn't appear overnight. It develops slowly, often without clear symptoms you can feel. In many older adults, small nutrient gaps quietly weaken how insulin signals work inside the body. In the next section, I will rank key minerals by how strongly they support insulin response, starting with the foundation. We begin with zinc, a foundational mineral that quietly supports insulin function and immune balance. Zinc plays an important role in how insulin is stored and released from the pancreas. Adequate zinc helps maintain cellular integrity, which supports steady metabolic communication. Zinc sets the stage for insulin support, forming a reliable starting point in this mineral sequence.
Zinc also supports insulin sensitivity by helping receptors maintain their proper structure over time.
When zinc levels are adequate, glucose transport into cells can function more smoothly and consistently.
Zinc helps maintain balance in immune signaling, which indirectly supports healthy insulin communication.
Together, these benefits show why zinc belongs at the foundation of metabolic support. Zinc supports the health of pancreatic cells, helping them manage insulin in an organized and efficient way. By supporting tissue maintenance, zinc helps the body remain responsive to metabolic signals over time. Even mild zinc deficiency can quietly reduce metabolic efficiency if left unaddressed. This is why zinc earns its place as the foundation in our mineral ranking.
At the cellular level, zinc acts as a structural helper, supporting enzymes that guide insulin signaling.
Zinc helps insulin remain properly stored and released at the right time, supporting stable glucose handling. When receptor structure is supported, insulin signals are received more accurately by the cell. This structural and signaling support explain how zinc quietly assists insulin function.
Zinc supports key enzymes that help coordinate how insulin messages are processed inside the cell.
By supporting oxidative balance, zinc helps protect the signaling systems insulin relies on. When cellular communication stays clear, insulin signals travel more efficiently throughout the body. These mechanisms show how zinc quietly maintains the systems insulin depends on. Zinc helps stabilize insulin signaling, allowing messages to remain consistent rather than erratic. By supporting cell membrane integrity, zinc helps insulin signals pass efficiently into the cell. These effects support metabolism gradually, reinforcing steady insulin response over the long term. Together, these mechanisms explain how zinc quietly supports insulin function.
For zinc, consistency matters more than timing, with steady intake supporting long-term metabolic balance. Zinc is generally better tolerated when taken with meals, supporting comfort and regular use.
More is not always better. Balanced zinc intake supports benefits without unnecessary strain. A steady, moderate approach allows zinc to support metabolism safely over time. Like all nutrients, zinc works best when used thoughtfully and within a balanced routine. Being mindful of total intake over time helps avoid unnecessary imbalance. Individual needs can vary, so zinc intake should always reflect personal health context. When used with awareness, zinc can remain a safe and supportive part of metabolic care. Many everyday foods provide zinc naturally, making it easier to support intake through balanced meals.
Seafood and lean animal proteins are among the most concentrated natural sources of zinc.
Plant-based foods can also contribute zinc when included regularly and thoughtfully. A varied diet makes zinc support both practical and sustainable over time. Next is chromium, a mineral that helps insulin do its job more efficiently at the cellular level. Chromium supports the body's ability to use insulin more effectively, improving glucose handling. With adequate chromium, cells can respond to insulin signals in a more coordinated way. This improved efficiency is why chromium ranks higher in metabolic support. Chromium helps improve insulin sensitivity, allowing cells to respond more effectively to insulin's message.
When chromium levels are adequate, glucose can enter cells more smoothly instead of lingering in the bloodstream. By improving efficiency, chromium may reduce how hard the body needs to work to manage glucose.
And fake testing.
These benefits explain how chromium supports more efficient insulin use. Chromium helps different tissues respond to insulin in a more coordinated and balanced way.
This coordination supports more stable glucose handling throughout the day.
When glucose is used more efficiently, overall energy management can feel more consistent. That's why chromium is often discussed as a supportive part of a balanced daily routine. To understand chromium's impact, we need to look at how it strengthens insulin signaling at the cellular level. Chromium enhances how insulin activated its receptor, allowing the signal to be received more effectively. Once the signal enters the cell, chromium helps amplify it so glucose transport can proceed efficiently. This receptor-level support explains chromium's powerful effect on insulin performance.
Chromium supports the activation of glucose transporters, helping cells draw glucose inside more efficiently.
This process allows glucose to move out of the bloodstream and into cells where it can be used. By supporting these pathways, chromium helps reduce resistance at the cellular level. These mechanisms explain how chromium improves glucose uptake inside cells. Chromium also supports enzymes that help translate insulin signals into effective metabolic action. This enzymatic support helps insulin messages move efficiently once they enter the cell. With consistent signaling, cells can respond more predictably to insulin day after day.
Cheers.
Together, these mechanisms show how chromium strengthens insulin action at multiple levels. With chromium, a steady and moderate approach supports consistent metabolic benefits over time.
Chromium is commonly taken with meals to support comfort and regular daily use.
For most people, consistency matters more than exact timing when using chromium. A consistent, practical routine allows chromium to support insulin function effectively.
Chromium works best when used thoughtfully, as part of an informed and balanced routine. Being mindful of overall intake helps ensure chromium remains supportive rather than disruptive.
Each person responds differently, so chromium use should reflect individual health context.
When approached with awareness, chromium can remain a safe part of metabolic support.
Chromium can be found naturally in a variety of everyday foods that fit easily into balanced meals.
Whole grains and vegetables contribute small but meaningful amounts of chromium when eaten regularly.
Lean proteins can also provide chromium as part of a varied and thoughtful diet.
The rarer entity.
A varied diet helps support chromium intake in a steady, practical way. At number 3 is selenium, a mineral that plays a key role in protecting pancreatic cells. Selenium is commonly discussed for its role in normal antioxidant function that supports overall cellular wellness. By maintaining a healthier cellular environment, selenium helps support consistent insulin production. This protective role is why selenium ranks higher in metabolic support.
Selenium contributes to cellular resilience, helping pancreatic cells remain stable under daily metabolic demands. By supporting inflammatory balance, selenium helps maintain a healthier internal environment for insulin function. Over time, this support helps preserve the working capacity of insulin-producing cells.
These benefits explain selenium's protective role in metabolic health.
Selenium helps maintain an internal environment where insulin signals can function with less disruption. By reducing oxidative stress, selenium helps preserve normal insulin communication over time.
This continuity supports steady metabolic function as the body ages. These effects complete why selenium earns its place in metabolic support.
Selenium works by supporting antioxidant enzymes that defend insulin-producing cells at the microscopic level.
These selenium-dependent enzymes help neutralize byproducts that would otherwise stress pancreatic cells. By reducing ongoing cellular strain, selenium helps preserve the working capacity of beta cells.
This antioxidant protection explains selenium's foundational mechanism in metabolic support.
Selenium helps maintain redox balance, protecting cells from ongoing metabolic stress.
By supporting normal inflammatory signaling, selenium helps create a more stable environment for insulin action.
Selenium also supports mitochondrial function, helping cells sustain energy without excessive strain.
These mechanisms further explain how selenium protects metabolic function. Selenium supports cellular longevity by reducing the wear that accumulated from daily metabolic stress.
When cellular communication stays clear, insulin signals remain reliable over time. By lowering cumulative strain, selenium helps cells remain responsive as the body ages. Together, these mechanisms show how selenium protects metabolic function over the long term.
With selenium, a moderate and consistent approach helps support its protective role over time. Selenium is commonly taken with meals to support comfort and steady absorption.
Because selenium is needed only in small amounts, moderation is essential for safe, long-term use. A moderate, informed routine allows selenium to support metabolic health safely. Selenium is beneficial in small amounts, but awareness and balance are essential for safe use.
Paying attention to total intake over time helps prevent unwanted imbalance.
Some situations call for professional guidance before adding selenium to a routine.
When used with understanding, selenium can remain a safe part of long-term metabolic care. Selenium is naturally present in several common foods, making dietary support both practical and accessible. Fish, eggs, and other animal-based foods provide steady amounts of selenium when eaten regularly. Plant-based foods can also contribute selenium as part of a varied, thoughtful diet.
A balanced diet allows selenium support to remain safe and sustainable over time. At number 2 is magnesium, a mineral that plays a central role in how insulin works inside the body.
Magnesium helps cells respond properly when insulin delivers its signal.
When magnesium levels are adequate, glucose can move into cells more efficiently.
Nice.
These effects explain why magnesium ranks so high in metabolic support.
Magnesium supports cellular energy systems that allow insulin-driven processes to run smoothly. Adequate magnesium helps reduce insulin resistance by improving how cells respond to signals. Magnesium also supports circulation, helping glucose reach tissues more efficiently.
These benefits further explain magnesium's central role in insulin function.
Magnesium contributes to overall metabolic stability by supporting steady insulin signaling throughout the day. By supporting the nervous system, magnesium helps reduce stress-related interference with glucose control.
Quality recovery supported by magnesium can further enhance insulin responsiveness. Together, these benefits show why magnesium is vital for insulin health.
Magnesium helps activate insulin receptors, so cells can properly receive insulin's message.
Inside the cell, magnesium supports enzymes that carry insulin's signal forward. With adequate magnesium, glucose transporters can move sugar into cells more effectively. These mechanisms explain how magnesium directly supports insulin action. Magnesium stabilizes insulin signaling, so messages remain clear and consistent inside the cell.
When signaling stays stable, cells are less likely to resist insulin's instructions.
Because magnesium supports cellular energy, it indirectly powers glucose transport into cells. These actions show how magnesium supports insulin efficiency at multiple levels. Magnesium helps maintain ionic balance, which keeps insulin signaling electrically stable inside cells.
By reducing signal noise, magnesium helps insulin messages reach their target accurately. This coordination allows many cells to respond together, improving overall glucose handling.
Nice.
These mechanisms complete why magnesium is essential for effective insulin action. Magnesium works best when taken consistently as part of a simple, daily routine.
Many people prefer magnesium later in the day as it supports a calm recovery phase. Some routines divide magnesium into smaller portions to support comfort and absorption.
Grinder.
A steady, practical approach allows magnesium to support insulin function effectively. Magnesium is generally well tolerated, but awareness of individual response is always important. Some people notice digestive sensitivity, which often improves when intake is adjusted thoughtfully.
In certain health contexts, magnesium routines should be discussed with a healthcare professional. When used with awareness, magnesium can remain a safe part of long-term metabolic support. Magnesium is widely available in common foods that fit naturally into balanced meals.
Leafy greens and whole grains provide steady magnesium when eaten regularly.
Nuts, seeds, and legumes also contribute meaningful amounts of magnesium. A balanced diet helps maintain magnesium levels safely over time. At number 1 is vanadium, a trace mineral known for its insulin-like action inside the body.
Vanadium can support glucose movement into cells by mimicking key steps of insulin signaling.
This action helps activate pathways that normally depend on insulin to function properly. These properties explain why vanadium ranks highest for metabolic support. Vanadium helps improve how sensitive cells are to insulin signals. This support can help maintain steadier glucose levels throughout the day. Vanadium's action allows muscles and tissues to use glucose more effectively. These benefits reinforce vanadium's leading role in metabolic support. Vanadium enhances glucose transport by activating pathways that normally depend on insulin. This improved uptake allows cells to use glucose instead of leaving it circulating in the bloodstream. By acting at multiple levels, vanadium supports more efficient glucose use across the body. These effects complete why vanadium stands at the top of this list. Vanadium works by activating insulin receptor pathways, even when insulin signaling is less effective. Inside the cell, vanadium helps activate key enzymes that normally respond to insulin. This activation allows glucose transporters to move sugar into cells more efficiently. These mechanisms explain how vanadium can act in an insulin-like manner. Vanadium amplifies insulin signals inside the cell, helping weak messages become strong enough to act. This mechanism helps bypass resistance that normally blocks insulin's instructions. By strengthening these pathways, vanadium promotes a coordinated response across many cells. These actions further explain vanadium's powerful insulin-like effects. Vanadium improves how efficiently glucose transporters move sugar into cells. This sustained response allows cells to keep using glucose instead of letting it accumulate in the bloodstream. Vanadium is often discussed for its potential role in supporting normal metabolic function as part of a balanced routine. Together, these mechanisms complete how vanadium delivers insulin-like support. Because vanadium is highly active, it should be approached with a structured and conservative routine. Vanadyl sulfate is commonly taken with meals to support tolerance and consistency. Beginning with lower amounts allows the body's response to be observed safely. A careful, structured approach helps keep vanadium use responsible. Because vanadium is highly active, safety and awareness are especially important. Vanadium is generally approached in limited periods rather than continuous long-term routines. Individuals with kidney concerns should only consider vanadium under professional supervision. Because of its strength, vanadium requires awareness of possible interactions within a health routine. If you ever consider a new supplement, track how you feel and check in with a qualified professional. Used carefully and responsibly, vanadium can remain part of an informed approach. Vanadium is present in foods only in trace amounts, contributing subtly through a varied diet.
Dietary vanadium plays a small, supportive role compared with targeted approaches.
When we look at the full picture, minerals play distinct but connected roles in how insulin functions.
Supporting metabolic health is not about quick fixes, but about steady, informed choices.
Each person's body responds differently, so mineral support should always respect individual needs.
Understanding what supports insulin function empowers better long-term decisions.
My advice is simple. Start thoughtfully and build routines you can maintain. Whenever possible, begin with balanced nutrition before adding targeted supplements.
Pay attention to how your body responds and adjust with patience.
These principles form the foundation of responsible metabolic support. If you value clear, science-based guidance for healthy aging, I invite you to join our Health Hack Hive community. By subscribing, you'll receive ongoing insights designed to support informed health decisions over time. This content is educational and should always complement guidance from your personal healthcare professional. Knowledge is most powerful when it's used consistently and responsibly. If this video helped you, please like and share it with someone who could benefit from clear guidance.
Your comments help guide future topics and allow this community to learn together.
Small, informed steps taken consistently can make a meaningful difference over time. Thank you for being here. Stay informed, stay consistent, and take care of your health.